So tomorrow I'll have some fun stuff for you. Like I said, today is I'm just trying to catch up on a little bit of streaming. But tomorrow I'll have your trash stream. I might even attempt those corruptions tomorrow if I can get them to work. Anyway, this is Sploot 2. So welcome. Splatfest? Oh. When does this start? Splatfest theme is... what is it? It's, oh, that's what this is about. Mayo and ketchup. No wonder someone asked me in chat. Dude, I don't know. I mean, ketchup is much more versatile. Ketchup is boring. It's like the Sheldon of condiments. Boring. At least ketchup has flavor. Mayonnaise is just tasteless lard. Yeah, it's mayo. You don't... disgusting mouthfeel. I'd rather lick Krusty Sean's grease trap. Whoa! Okay, we get it. You don't like mayo. At least mayo is true to itself. Ketchup is just wannabe jam. You basically just take some fruit and mix it with sugar. Boom, jam. It's not jam. It's tomato jam. Tomato's a fruit, Marina. I mean, technically, yeah, but not really. What do you all think? Head over to the Splatfest terminal and pick a side. New update. A new weapon has been added. The Dooley Felchers. I really do like both, and I like mustard as well. So, I mean, it should have been mayo versus mustard, to be honest. But ketchup goes with more things. You don't dip Chicken McNug in mayo, nor do you dip fries in mayo. I mean, I guess you could. Why? If you do that, don't do that. Please, don't tell me. You know what? If you do that, don't do it. Don't tell me that you do it. I don't want to know about it. Yaldav? Yaldav. Oh, that's a good word. Yaldav. I'll tell you what's good. Here's what's good. Italian or French bread. With... wow. He's glorious. Wow. Wow. That's really good. Oh, that could be a double entendre. Double entendre. Tell me about what favorite condiment you have there, Douglas. Do you like ketchup or patty mayonnaise? I was gonna say... mayo is good on... you can have just mayo on bread. A little bit. Very thin. Like, you know, say, okay, check this out. You're having, like, a sandwich on a hoagie or a hero or a sub, whatever you call it. You finish the cold cuts, and you get to the bread, and it's got a little mayo on it. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. I'm not saying you should do that, but it's not. It's really good, actually. It's surprisingly good. And Matsumoto from Gaki really likes it. That's disgusting, Vinny. You're disgusting. Mayo is a huge Japanese condiment. Yeah, I believe it. Here, check this out. I don't know if you guys saw this, but this was going around Sploot the past couple days. How about that? My Twitter blew up. People were like blowing me up, man. They were like, hey Vin. Oh no! No. Mayo is bayo. People were blowing up my email and social media being like, Vin, you're dead. You're in Splatoon and you're dead. I was like, yeah, I know. I saw it. It's a very sad day. So, I do plan on doing single player, but I'm doing one match with the dually squelchers because I like the squelchers and I like dualies. I've been using the dualies a lot lately, and this may end up becoming one of my favorite weapons. And it's a brand new weapon. I'm sorry, what was that? Mayo is a man's fruit? Man's fruit does not sound good. Those two words do not sound good together. Salmon run is open. So my stats are actually... Splat zones I'm not good at, but I actually did Rainmaker a number of times and I ranked up. And I used dualies, and I kicked ass with the dualies. It still says I'm playing Kingsway. Oh, sorry. Knew I forgot to do something. It turns out that I, as a streamer, am not, am not above making mistakes. Absolutely mental. So they reach a little further than previous dualies. They don't have good damage. Their fucking firing pattern is like kind of all over the place. Like, they're not very accurate, but I might like these. I see you down there, skulking about like a Smeagol. I think it might be a good idea to build up my special. So I've kind of learned to use the dodge a little bit more effectively, by getting in a lot of practice time with the dualies. Ah, damn it, he avoided my fucking missiles somehow. Oh yeah, they do get really accurate after you do a dodge roll. It's okay. The dual dualies, the fouries, the quaddies. It would be like, on top of your hand, like a regular gun, is a shoot, and then on the bottom is also like a nozzle for shoot. And so that's 4. And then if you want 6s, you put them, I don't know where you put them. I'm not sure. Alright, I gotta do one more. That was too short. And I'm about to hit level 13, son. Be right back, 1 second. Okay. Back. I like a nice, fast round like that. Let's see if we can do it again. I didn't see you. I didn't see you, either Daniel Ness or Danielle Ness. Daniel or Daniel. I'm not. Oh. Tentamissiles. Those are quite enjoyable. There we go. Oh, nice! Good special. Oh my god, no. I tried to dodge roll, I jumped. Mistakes were made. I like this weapon a lot. Dually Squelchers are very good. Really gonna need to make some progress here. Come on. Not enough. Not enough. Ah, damn it. Alright, single player. Any chance of Kingsway later? I started with Kingsway, actually, so you can watch that on VOD or Full Sauce in a couple days. It's a good match, though. Just, a little disappointing. And thus, my rank goes down. You did? Well, I can't believe how popular Kingsway is with some people. I mean, I knew it was a good game, I just didn't think it would be fun for a lot of people to watch, but it turns out people are really digging Kingsway. Dually Felchers? Man, I already made that joke. I did, I got everyone's custom avatars. For Kingsway. The Emoji Movie. Everyone's talking about the Emoji Movie. It's the topic of the hour. And... yeah, really... the only thing I can say about Emoji Movie that hasn't been said, or that I haven't said, is this. Patrick Stewart as poop. No one said that yet. Seriously though, come back to me when we find out how well that movie sold, how much money it made, because... a movie can be complete garbage and still have a massive audience. And I feel like Emoji Movie is exactly that movie. Sadly. Which means we're gonna get Emoji 2, Curse of Jafar. You know? You know, I liked Emoji Movie 17, but Emoji Movie 18 was a real return to form for the series. Oh. Moji's X Minions. It is at that moment that I will dig a hole to the hollow earth and live with the trash goblins. If Minions plus emojis have a crossover, that's as good a time as any to abandon ship, I think, and to just find a way to another planet or to some subterranean complex where the reptilians keep the dinosaurs. Throw the rabbits in there. Throw the rabbits in there, and I will look for a different dimension to find my way to. Nice, I get to use the dualies again. Yeah, I think the dualies ended up being one of my top 3 favorites with some use. You know? Just needed to, discover their strengths. Holy shit, look how cool I am. It's just like grinding on a rail, sick rail. I guess I can go through this onion ring. Nice. Nice. But why onion rings? This music is just royalty-free samples, put together in the most haphazardly random way possible. And it turned out to be pretty good. It just, you know, turned out great. So here's a little bit of trivia for you. The Beatles song "Tomorrow Never Knows" was put together with a bunch of random tape loops. Like, they had tape loops of various things that they knew they wanted in the songs. The Beatles. You know, the Beatles, them. And what they did was they just kind of threw them up in the air and then rearranged them at random and put them in the song like that until they had some semblance of musicality. And that's not even the first time that's been done. Like, Bowie famously wrote lyrics by, putting a bunch of, like, cutting out pages from books and magazines and throwing them on the floor and then just randomly arranging them. While My Guitar Gently Weeps, another Beatles song, George Harrison needed, like, a title and lyrics, so he just pointed randomly to some page in a book and it said, like, something gently weeps, and he was like, perfect. And then the song became While My Guitar Gently Weeps. He wrote the song around it. So, if you're gonna combine samples to make something out of it, the moral of the story here is, kids, do drugs. I mean, don't do them. Don't. But if you did, I guess maybe you'd see the potential in things that don't make any sense. Tom York did that too. How do you write songs? I usually sing nonsense, like gibberish, like David Byrne going mental, until some words start to sound like because I think with the gibberish, sometimes you can find good topics and lyrics, and then I usually find out what the song is about like that. I mean, I'm no Beatle. I'm no Beatles, John Beatles. But yeah, just gibberish. Just nonsense. And then that usually turns into a starting point, which I then expand a dong until I have music. You know, the classic Red Vox song, Vom-Com in the Ball Pit, was written that way. You don't know what a Vom-Com is? It's like a romantic comedy, but with vomit. Actually, that's not true. With Vomit in the Ball Pit, I had the title, and then the song came later. That's one of the few examples of, like, an artistic decision. I was like, man, as an artist, I would feel really fulfilled if I wrote a song called Vomit in the Ball Pit. But man, I don't have any music to said song. I guess we'll have to write a song around it. And then within, like, the first 5 minutes of dropping to drop C, the vomit that is the music of the song became actual vomit. Yeah. That's my story. There's not a single day that goes by that I don't think, man, I need some real help. But you know, at least I'm proud of myself. I've never done the randomly piecing things together trick. Though, like, you know, stream of consciousness, if you, like, anyone has ever done creative writing, sometimes you could just go full stream of consciousness and, come up with some really weird concepts because you just let your brain go wild. That's always fun. Fucking onion rings! Or maybe they're not onion rings, maybe they're just tempura of some sort, like calamari. Whatever. So there's like a Lyndon Johnson movie being made, and I guess there was a Nixon movie. So I read somewhere that they're establishing a presidential cinematic universe. I think I missed some good stuff up there. Can't go back, right? No, doesn't look like it. Good stuff forever missed. Really though, they should do that. Marvel should take it over. And like all the presidents can play themselves in every movie. The only Richard Nixon actor that I'll ever think was like a perfect Nixon was the one from the movie Dick. He did a really great job. Well, actually, there's been a lot of attempts at Nixon that were really decent. But Dick, now that's a portrayal. You like the historically accurate Lincoln movie where he kills vampires? Yeah, that's a good one. The emoji cinematic universe, everybody. Get ready for it. What would be... Here's a question for you. What would be the least appealing cinematic universe you could think of for a movie franchise? I'm thinking like... Oh man. Aside from minions and emojis and stuff. I'm thinking like romantic comedy, like a Hugh Grant cinematic universe. Or, you know, just shitty, like, boring vom-coms. The Adam Sandler cinematic universe, which is already a thing, by the way. The Paul Blart cinematic universe. There's gonna be crossovers with all the Adam Sandler characters that we've known and loved for so many years now. Tommy Wiseau cinematic universe. Well, I mean, he's only ever really done one movie. And he didn't even end the movie the way he wanted to, which was with a fucking vampire car. Haha, go to space in vampire car. The Neil Breen cinematic universe. Cross that over with Tommy and you got a winner. The Battleship movie cinematic. Oh, you know how they made that shitty Battleship movie? I'll tell you in a second. The Milton Bradley Parker Brothers cinematic universe, including Monopoly, Parcheesi. Sorry, Board game universe. Yeah. This looks like a get-rich-quick scheme by some shady guy with crazy hair. I made a cool 10 million G in a year just sitting around. Ask me how. Do people really fall for this bilge? Clue? Oh yeah, it's already been done. It's weird that a movie like Clue actually ended up working, but it did. It was absolutely insane. But, you know, Tim Curry, man. See, even the It series, I've never seen it. Like the It movies, the two made-for-TV things with Tim Curry in them. I've never seen them, which is a shame. But I'm looking forward to the new movie. At some point, I will watch them. But... At some point I will watch them, but from what I've heard from a lot of people, the movies weren't that good. But Tim Curry was unbelievable. And it's been coming up a lot, so I'm assuming that that might be the case. I'd like to find out one day. Find out if it's bilge or not. Whoops. Oh. What was happening? Was this like a 4 verse 1? You know what movie really holds up? That, my friend had an outdoor movie night last night. Like, projector on the side of his house kind of deal. And we watched Jaws. Fucking god, that movie still is great. Vinny, why are you doing level 1? I don't know. It's sterile and I like the taste. Whoops. Between falling into the canyon and going back into level 1, and then going back into level 1 again, I think I just experienced Terminal 9. I've officially lost control of my gameplay. You're calling level 3 level 1? That's another one. There you go. There you go. I think I just had a series of cluster strokes. I'm fine though. I'm gonna be I need to find level 6. Oh, there is a quick warp. Yeah. Yeah. I got this. I know what I'm doing. Kinda. This Sunday is going to be a very, well, tomorrow is going to be a very interesting day of television for me. Richard and Mortimer returns. Some very important events will be happening in Game of Thrones that I've been, let's say, waiting for years. And I will be streaming trash. Well, that's not really TV, but you know what I mean. I'm excited. Oh, this is a cool looking level. Splatoonio Galaxy. What is that thing? Oh! Nice. Oh, interesting. Octo Zeppelins, huh? Oh, fuck. Even though the single player isn't drastically different from the first games, being able to use different weapons and focusing around different weapons, focusing the levels on different weapons, and a couple new mechanics that you use with the weapons, I think has been a really good idea for the single player. I'm a fan. I've said this before, but I think that this game has a really underratedly great single-player campaign. And yes, I would use the word great. Not like perfect or amazing or fantastic, but great. Fuck. Vinny, do Metopia. I clearly, I'm not going to be able to escape that question until I do Metopia. However, as I've stated a couple times, and if you weren't here, I understand. Next week. Damn it. Gotta go for the balloons first. Splatoon balloon. Those are two similar sounding words. Aren't you happy I pointed that out for you? I'm a good streamer. Vinny, when will you play Splatoon 2? Now, you may not have been here for me to say this, And if not, that's okay, I understand. However, I am currently playing Splatoon 2. It's a lot of fucking bullet bills. I mean, bullet squids. Bullet fish. Damn it. Vinny, when will you be playing Super Mario Brothers in parentheses 1986? Why don't we do Mario 64 first? Then we'll talk about Super Mario Brothers 1986. Super Mario 64 is obviously... I'm talking about the one from 1996. Or, maybe I'll be doing the one that came out the year the DS came out. I don't know. Maybe I'll be doing that one because it has Luigi in it. Maybe I can find a way to make the game look better and play better with full analog controls. I'm not entirely sure, but there's an extra 30 stars in that version of Mario 64. And there's extra characters. 2004. I win. I won. What did I win? Anything? Nope. Nothing. Secret under original platform? Wait, like original or extra crispy? What are we talking about here? Down this way? Under original platform. Oh, I see it, mate. I was wondering how you got that crate. That's why I killed all the fucking bullet squids in a row. I thought maybe that was like the activation ritual. Ahaha! Secret squid validation? Oh. I was hoping they would accept me for a long time now. Turns out, the real plot of Splatoon 2 is that your character is an octoling in disguise who's always wanted to be a squid. So they had, I'm trying to think of a pun on like reconstructive surgery for, you know, like you know in the spy movies, like in Mission Impossible, when Ethan Hunt puts on the mask and he becomes Philip Seymour Hoffman. That's not really, whatever that is. Whatever that is. Or like in the movie Face Off, where Nicolas Cage becomes John Travolta and still can't act. Do you remember that film? Yeah, something like that. Like something like that, except my character's an octopus who's wearing a squid face. Or like Arya, you know, no spoilers. Never mind. I burn Nicolas Cage, but I actually really think he's got potential to be an amazing actor. Potential. Potential. He doesn't always get the right roles for that potential. You know, you're not always getting a Raising Arizona or Leaving Las Vegas. You gotta cast him in the right movie. You gotta really, like, go nuts when you get Nicolas Cage. You gotta write scripts for Nicolas Cage. That's how you get the good stuff. And for Travolta, you just gotta include... you just gotta get him patrolling some gym at 4 in the morning, you know? If you want him to deliver a good performance. You just gotta put in like a free gym membership with a lot of like young dudes that go to the gym. You know what I mean? Otherwise, I'd say Travolta has the potential to deliver some truly Travolting performances. So, how about this section right here? That was kind of miserable for a second there. I just wanted to get the bonus squid pieces. I don't know what I'm talking about, but I wanted to kill that other thing on the right there. Vinny, can you please play the Golden Sun games? RPGs are large investments of time for me, especially at the rate I stream games. Fucking Chrono Cross was like a 3-month affair. I like Golden Sun 1. I never finished it. I thought it was a really cool game. I think I would probably enjoy it if I played it again. And yet, I am definitely not down to start an RPG anytime soon. And if I did, it would probably be something other than Golden Sun. I would consider it, though, for the future. What could have happened to the two embracing? No matter how one loves, there are always different aims. Love can take a great many forms, whatever the era. Is this like the story of forbidden love between an octopus and a squid? And like, they mated and somehow there was like a divine intervention and then the chosen squid was born to save both of their civilizations from imminent doom. I'm pretty sure that was a crawdad. So, never mind that. It was a crab. It was a crab. I liked my story better. Yeah, I liked my story about the undercover squid angle, like face-off, and then I also liked the angle of the chosen squid. I'm here if you need me, Nintendo. You can hire me for great stories. I got other ideas. If you need a Splatoon 2 porn adaptation, I had an idea. Splatucus. Right? How about that? Whoa! Splatwinks. And the chat's gonna die, so I'm not going to look at it for a second. I regret everything I just said in the past minute. Everything. We are now in the 7th circle of hell. Remember, you go to hell before you die if you make bad Splatoon jokes involving porn. Captain Lou was not wrong. We made fun of Captain Lou, but I've thought about that, and there is such a thing as hell on Earth. Going to hell before you die is 100% real. It's a shitty job that you hate. It's, you know, being stuck in a situation that you don't feel like you can get out of. It's like streaming and making really bad jokes about squids. It's, there's a lot of hell on Earth. You know, shitty eggs. I learned that. I learned about shitty eggs from a professor one time. Captain Lou was right. Captain Lou was ahead of his time. Captain Lou was sent here to save us from ourselves. And yet we made fun of him. Go to hell before you die. You can't do that. What do you mean, Captain Lou? He knew. Captain Lou, Captain knew. And that was hell in and of itself. The Emoji Movie. Having to work on the Emoji Movie? Like, could you imagine, you know, you've been in the industry for a long time, and you're like, you know, in your 40s, and you're really good at what you do, and then they're like, listen, we need you to do special effects for the Emoji Movie. This movie doesn't have a story. This movie's terrible. No, I won't do it. I won't do it. Oh yeah? Alright, well then you get blacklisted from the industry. You can't do that. Oh, I can't? Eh, take a look at what happened from, with The Life of Pi. Oh, you think you're underpaid now? Okay, alright. Don't do the Emoji Movie, see what happens. Or rather, see what doesn't happen. Alright, I'll do the Emoji Movie! Just leave my family out of this! Oh, we got the dailies from, Patrick Stewart. Wait, Patrick Stewart's in this movie? What do you mean Patrick Stewart's in this movie? I mean... Obviously he's here to make fun of the movie, right? Like... He would never willingly be an emoji in this film, right? I mean... Captain Picard is my favorite. I watched Star Trek Next Generation since I was a kid. Oh, it's me! The poo emoji! Yes, yes! Oh! Take a shit! Oh, yes! Poop jokes! 5 poop jokes in the first 10 minutes of the film, yes! No! Captain Picard, no! I looked up to you! You were the chosen one! What? What has my life become? I went from doing Toy Story to the poo emoji voiced by Patrick Stewart. This is not why I got into this industry. How many people you think worked on the film that quit? Like, just quit the industry? I would say none, to be realistic. Like, to joke about it, yeah, obviously, that's gotta be a soul-crushing project. It's still a paycheck. But if you're an animator, like, I really wonder if anyone was just like, maybe it's time to retire. I got done doing Minions, and my next project was emojis. I'm good. I'm good. Goes home, you know, like, the artist goes home to their son. It's like, I have to do this emoji movie. What the fuck is an emoji? Well, see, it's, those things on your phone. How are they gonna make a story out of this? I want to have, like, t-shirts. I worked on the emoji movie, and all I got was Ebola. Inkopolis holds its famous card game tournament once a year. This year, first-time entrant Gelfonso appeared on the scene and promptly set about decimating the competition. He walked away with the first-place trophy. Ah, some Gelfonso backstory, huh? Vinny, is it true that you and Seth MacFarlane are friends? Why do I keep reading the things you write, Lamango? It's never worth it. It's never worth it. I am not aware of a friendship with Seth MacFarlane. I mean, maybe we're friends and I'm just not aware of it. Oh my god. But, you know, this is gonna sound like blasphemy. People are gonna hate me for this. But Seth MacFarlane's new show actually looks better to me than the new Star Trek. So Seth MacFarlane is doing a show called The Orville, which is kind of based on, like, 90s Star Trek, like TNG. Like, the more, optimistic Star Trek with a bit of a sense of humor. You know, it's like a really good vision of the future. And now here's the thing, I'm not saying that the show's gonna be good. Seth MacFarlane cast himself as the captain. I don't hate Seth MacFarlane. I think people really give the guy a lot of shit. I think he's done a couple things that were, you know, pretty good. I don't like Family Guy anymore, but I did at one point. American Dad had a couple good moments. I mean, the dude isn't a talentless hack. He's a really hard-working guy, and he can sing and he can do stuff. I give him respect for his talent. I just don't find him all that funny, and I think he needs to, you know, really get out of certain... he gets, like... Where Matt Stone and Trey Parker kind of evolve, I'm not sure I can say the same thing from MacFarlane. That's just my thoughts. So... this Orville show is a space show, right? It's like Star Trek. He said he wanted to do a show, like, there's a lot of sci-fi that's really depressing and dystopian and just, like, action and, you know, vomit. And he was like, well, what happened to the sci-fi that inspired me and so many people when we were young? This, right? Stuff like, you know, the optimistic view of the world, of the future, like that Star Trek had. And that's my favorite Star Trek. As much as I like Deep Space Nine, I'm really into, obviously, TNG and the original series have, I think, a really good balance of, you know, there's action. It's not boring. There's some really good episodes of TNG. But yeah, I agree, sci-fi has gotten a little bit dour, and it paints a really fucked up vision. So he wanted to do something like that. And for years he's been trying to get the rights to Star Trek so he could do his own show. Or something. That's my understanding of it. Like, he cares about the series as much as a lot of us do. I wanted to see something like that. But Star Trek Discovery looks like Edge show. It looks like everything else. First of all, it's a mix of New Trek, which is the J.J. Abrams Trek, and like every other action sci-fi thing. The trailers do almost nothing for me. And it makes me really upset that we're finally getting a new Star Trek, and it kind of reminds me more of Enterprise and Battlestar Galactica, and not in a good way. I like Battlestar a lot, but this is not the Battlestar that, like, it's not the good aspects of it, in my opinion. So, I mean, I'm gonna watch Discovery, and I'm gonna give it a full season. I'm gonna watch the whole fucking thing. I've watched every Trek. I am a loser. I'm gonna watch Discovery in full. But I have a feeling it's gonna be not what a lot of Star Trek fans want. Myself included. Does that mean it's gonna be bad? No, I hope it's not. I hope it's great. I hope I'm proven wrong. I want to be proven wrong. Please, make it good. But the trailers have done so little for me. You know, and I've seen them a bunch, and I'm not really into it. And the Orville I'm not really into just because it's McFarlane, and I'm hoping it's not just Family Guy in space, or A Million Ways to Die in the West in space. But, you know, maybe he'll do a good job with it. Maybe the series will be more like what Trek fans want, and maybe it'll be good. I don't know. So, when I say that, McFarlane's space series looks a little bit better than Discovery, that's what I mean. I'm not saying it looks like it's gonna be amazing. I mean, it's more like what I want. Star Trek Cinematic Universe. Vinny, you know full well it'll be Family Guy in space. True. Yeah, no, I fully expect that. However, in interviews, he said that it's not just a comedy show. He said that it's also gonna be played kind of serious at times, and it's gonna have some, you know, wacky sci-fi concepts. Like, my favorite episodes of TNG were the ones that, like, introduced, just really weird, interesting ideas, like, parallels, the one with the parallel dimensions. I really like that one. What else from TNG did I really like? Cheese McNougat, the episode, yes. Yesterday's Enterprise. Real life boring Futurama? Oh god, I didn't even think about that. Favorite episode of DS9? I have a couple. I like a lot of DS9. I like when Miles O'Brien suffers, which is all the time, but I really like the Hard Time episode where he's in like a mind prison. The Offspring. I like the one with the big fucked up space whale. You know, a lot of the time stuff, alternate dimension stuff is fun. There's an episode with fucking Mark Twain was at Times Arrow. That one's kind of cool. It's not great, but I like it. The Borg stuff is fun, but that's like more your typical action. I always enjoyed the episodes that something strange happened. Like, here's a good one. Here's one of the best episodes of the entire run of TNG was The Inner Light, which is an episode that Picard lives a lifetime in like, what, a couple of minutes? Because there's a probe. Well, I don't want to spoil it if you haven't seen it, but let's just say Picard lives an entire lifetime in just a couple of minutes, and it changes him for the rest of the series. Well, not really, but I mean, it does. Oh, how about the one with Q? What the hell? I think it starts with a P. Where I have flower delivery for Mr. John Luke Pickard. Tapestry. That doesn't start with a P. That starts with a T. The tapestries. The tapestries. See a thing I missed. I want to get it. Could be a poop crate. Japestry. I missed a scroll. Am I gonna be able to get that, or is that long gone by now? What about Darmok? Darmok is a great episode. I believe they've showed that in linguistics school, like for like classes about linguistics, to show how you can communicate without sharing any of the same language or phonetics. What did I miss the scroll? I'm just looking in the... Has anyone seen Dunkirk yet? I did, I loved it. You're unable to go back. Okay, so then screw it. Deep Space Nine had some really interesting episodes later on that kind of did... I mean, Voyager did a lot of weird shit too. Like turned Tom Paris and Janeway into lizards, and they had little lizard babies. But I've never talked about that on stream before, obviously. Deep Space Nine was more about, like, political intrigue and, you know, battle. Large battles. Stuff like that. It's very character-focused. in a way that, I feel TNG wasn't, because the characters actually had a lot of problems with each other, and TNG didn't have that. The characters were, you know, one of the rules Gene Roddenberry had with Star Trek The Next Generation was that this is the 23rd century or 24th century. They are not, you know, we've evolved beyond people being shitty with each other, so there was this rule for the writers, which was no conflict between the crew. And they stuck with that for a long time. I mean, whenever there was conflict, it was like because of some external force. So that made it really difficult for the writers to write the show. And they hated that so much. They wanted to just be able to write whatever the fuck they wanted to. But they couldn't, so they found ways around it. With Deep Space Nine, they were, I mean, Gene Roddenberry had passed away by then, they were able to do more, like, interpersonal drama between the characters, which was great, because it led to the Quark and Odo relationship, and then you had, his name's, it's the Cardassian guy, what's his name? How have I forgotten his name? Not the Kardashian, like Kim Kardashian. You know, the Cardassian. Gul Dukat was great. No, but I'm talking about Garrick. And also, here's another really great DS9 episode that has nothing to do with the political intrigue or whatever. It was when, hang on, sorry, I'm talking and not paying attention to where I gotta go, I apologize. But, I wanted to say, there's an episode where Quark and his brother, and I forget the other character's name, it's been 5 years since I watched DS9, where they go back in time to Earth, to Roswell, and they are the fucking aliens from the Roswell crash. Nog. Thank you, Nog. They were the aliens. Little Green People, or Little Green Men was the name of the episode. So, for a show that took itself pretty seriously and covered some of the darker, more, see, because TNG was more about, like, the utopia of the society at that point. And, Deep Space Nine was a lot of the dirty laundry that you weren't really supposed to see in TNG. So it got kind of, like, dark at times. No! No! But yet they still had a lot of episodes that were really fun. Wasn't there a singer, like a lounge, like a Frank Sinatra-esque lounge singer that became a semi-recurring character? Was his name like Vic Fontaine or something? So yeah, I liked a lot of that stuff. Deep Space Nine was a very good show. Very, very good show. Ahead of its time, too. You have to toss me. Okay, that's actually as much as I can stream. I have to go. I'm sorry to say. I knew today wasn't going to be a massive stream day, but we'll continue this and Kingsway sometime next week. We're going to do the art. Thank you for watching. Tomorrow, expect trash. maybe the physical ROM corruptor for Game Boy games, and it'll be good. Got lots of good stuff for my Sunday stream. So give me a couple seconds and I'll get you the art, the 2 to 10 pages of Mario eating trash. Of course.